You're listening to Can I Get an Amen Presents 40 Days of Lenten Reflections with me, Kristi Fredieu, joined by my friends. For the next 40 days, we'll reflect, pray, and prepare our hearts together. We're sitting here for the Let There Be Light Lenten series this week, the third week of Lent, talking about virtues and spiritual growth. Man, this is a loaded topic. Regarding holiness. The practice of virtue shows us at every moment which path it is that leads to God. I mean, it's just something so simple. We can choose to practice virtue, which will keep us going straight ahead, or we can choose to cater to our flesh of what we think we want. And in this chapter, it reminded me so much of early on in my, even really before I could say I was kind of on this journey to the Light Project, with the Light Project, whatever, however you want to say that, before God really called me to this. I was really struggling with my faith and kind of really had the mindset I can be older when I decide to become holy. Walking into church, it just seemed like that was an old lady thing. That's what the mamas do, because that's what my mama and my granny did. Yeah.
Or gone to daily mass,
Yeah, who?
No, those
who does that?
Do that.
Yeah, exactly. But just how God calls us at every age and at every stage and every season to embrace Him with what we have access to at that moment. And the virtues are what help us to persevere. I mean, perseverance is a virtue. But persevere towards holiness. They are like the guiding path to continue going, because the truth of it is that we're not called to wait until we're old. We're called to know Him now, because that's what we were made for.
Yeah. I think He gives us, those little moments of I'm going to perfect this a little bit more in you, and it gives you another little step of I have this, this gift, and it's going to be a little bit unwrapped.
Yeah.
And I think for us as the Light Project, we all come in at different stages and phases. And, I came in with a desire of writing and spreading God's love. And, for years and years praying on that, of actually being able to do it now. It's wow.
Yeah.
And so each year was a little bit more and a little bit more. And then I finally have the gift, the full gift of it, and seeing it play out. It's just, it's mind blowing to me.
Well, and when you see those, prayers answered in that way, it gives you hope that there's more gifts to unwrap, because He's not done. He's never done with us, and it talks in here about how, St. John Chrysostom urges us to struggle in our interior life like little children at school. And he talks about how first we learn the shape of the letters, and then we begin to distinguish and learn more and more and get more intricate into the journey. And that's what our faith life is like. The virtues help us to just learn more about ourselves and who He created us to be and how He wants us to serve Him. Yeah. And I think there's no better time to do that in Lent, where we're in the desert and we don't have those comforts to lean on, but we have His voice, hopefully, that we can tune into, so that He can guide our path closer to Him.
Yes.
And model the way.
And to know, He's not going to bring us to these circumstances that are impossible. It talks about that. He gives us the grace and the love, to take the things that He's giving us in silent prayer and come into fruition.
Yes.
It's tangible.
Yeah.
He's not the God of impossible. He's
exactly.
the God of possible.
Exactly. He makes the impossible possible.
Yes.
And these readings also are challenging us to not wait for the perfect time.
Yeah.
Because we can always do that. We can say, well, when I don't have young kids, I'll go to Mass more. Or if my life turns out like this way, or if I get this job, and we're waiting to get out of maybe some circumstances that we're not particularly fond of to become holier or to pursue relationship with Him. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. And so on this day, we would like people to ask themselves, do I truly want to identify more with Christ, or am I waiting for the right time to pursue holiness? How can I serve God showing up faithfully, consistently in my ordinary life simply because he's worthy of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, wow. That's good. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Strong communication drives strong business.
Look, the illusion is that you're the only one having these problems. And the truth is, everyone has problems with comp.
Kirkpatrick Brands equips leaders to speak with clarity, consistency, and confidence. So teams perform better, clients understand value, and your strategy hits every mark. From higher ed to global leaders in business, in 2026, your message is your advantage. Discover how to maximize that message at kirkpatrickbrands.com.